welcome to Libertarian Drinking Coffee Live. Yes, and I've got my coffee, branded still strong, and I've got some water too in a very cool subway mug, which cracked unfortunately, but I still have it. The brand is still strong. We are sitting here talking about libertarians who are locally running, trying to make something happen in their local communities, in their cities, in their towns, in their states. And I'm so happy. I'm very lucky today. I have with me someone who is trying to make a change in the great state of Louisiana, New Orleans. Did I say it right? New Orleans? In New Orleans, right? The one and the only City Council District A candidate, Libertarian Party, Amy Misko. Amy, how are you?
Good afternoon, Larry. Thank you so much for having me on this podcast. I really appreciate the exposure.
I'm happy to have you. I'm glad. And when we met at Freedom Fest, actually.
Yay! I love Freedom Fest. What a wonderful place to meet libertarians and just like-minded people.
And when we met there, I remember the not just the enthusiasm that you had, but you brought supporters, and they were enthusiastic also. Like, wait a minute, okay, this person's got something going on. I like the fact that you had that enthusiasm. And for those of you who are, considering, talking and finding out more about her, please head on over to her page and see if I can find her page here real fast. It's in the description. If you would look at the description, you will see her page. Click over there and see what she's doing. It is misko4citycouncil.org, and it's the number 4, and you can see what she's actually doing and why she's rocking and rolling. So let me ask you, Amy, why city council and why now?
Well, I really wanted to run for mayor. Unfortunately, I don't meet the residence requirement yet. So I decided it was time to throw my hat in the ring in some capacity, and that was city council. My district.
I love that. So you were like, I got to make some change. I think I should be mayor. The rules stop me from being mayor. So you know what? I'll be city council instead. I love that. Hey, look, you could be city council person for a couple years and run for mayor right after, right? You could do that too, right?
Why not?
I love it.
But most importantly, I'm running because if you are not part of the solution, you are part of the problem.
I love that.
It was time to get up and speak my mind. There are so many terrible things going on in our country right now, and certainly in New Orleans, we are being grossly suppressed. We're under house arrest.
I live in New York. I understand completely. So, but I do want to go down. You actually have a list of several issues that really have bothered you. You have an actual list. You gave me 4 of them, and I actually put them on the description page. I was so impressed that you would literally have listed out what you think some of the problems are. So talk to me about those top issues. Which ones are really kind of in your craw, making you upset?
The first is tax dollars should be spent in the district from which they are collected. There is gross inequities going on right now. We are shaking down our senior citizens in certain districts to support God knows what in other districts. I mean, we literally do not have any type of transparency. They're hiding everything from us. It's very difficult to get a straight answer. And I just think it's wrong that one group of people is expected to support the entire rest of the city. It's unfair.
It does seem like most people, particularly libertarians, we love the idea of localism. And if you're going to tax us, at least put it in our own community, right? I mean, if you're gonna hammer us, at least give it back to us instead of giving it to somebody else, right?
Steal it from us, you gotta spend it here.
There we go. Exactly, right? Exactly. No, it's a very good point, and I think we see that throughout a lot of states. This is an issue that I think a lot of people can get behind. Clearly, in your issue, it's something that's really getting to you. But I think a lot of people can kind of get behind that idea of localism is a better answer, and if you're gonna tax, at least put it back into our issues. But you also bring up the idea of roads, new roads now. And I also feel that's a big issue too, right? Infrastructure is an issue everywhere. Tell me about the new roads idea you have in New Orleans now.
Well, the department that is currently manned by city personnel is completely incompetent. They're not being given either the wherewithal, the man hours, or the materials to do the job properly. And as a result, we have no roads. We have
Got it.
scraped up areas over here and gravel over there. And it's like a turn of the century
Wow.
outback.
So do you
It's
think
just
the
ridiculous.
answer then is, I'm sorry to interrupt, but do you think the answer then might be that we just need new people? Is the answer, trying to grab a sponsorship for fixing potholes? Is the answer maybe changing how we fix roads or changing priorities? Is there a certain way that you think we should be dealing with this issue in New Orleans?
Well, if we can have all of our tax dollars that are collected in the district spent in the district, that's going to be a huge step in the right direction.
So that's why you link them. You link them because of that. That makes total sense. Okay.
The money is not being spent in my neighborhood or my district, and our taxes are the highest in the city. And we're being taxed unfairly. We're being reappraised based on, I don't even know what it's based on. I'm in real estate. And last I saw, they were basing it on price per square footage of homes that were sold maybe in the same location-ish. I mean, they're just arbitrarily raising our taxes every year.
And they still can't give us roads.
Citizens on fixed incomes, they are so terrified of opening their tax bills that they are selling their homes and leaving the area. We are forcing senior citizens to leave New Orleans.
Terrible.
That is not right. That is not right. We shouldn't be living in fear of our city council members and our tax assessor.
Everybody wants. I mean, I'm saying you because I know you do, but we all should want a community that's welcoming everybody, to include those on fixed incomes also, right? I mean, you want cool entrepreneurs doing cool things, and you want people who have jobs, and you want people who have families, and you want senior citizens, right? You want a community that everyone can be in.
But more than anything, what I want is one millage rate that people can vote on once and for all, and that it applies to commercial, residential, all of it. That would be fair.
Explain that to me. Come
on. Millage rate that the people decide on. Right now, what's going on is just nonsense. They're just willy-nilly raising our taxes. And this has happened every single year since she's been mayor.
Wow.
And it's directed at certain groups of people in New Orleans, and they are mostly single, widowed women.
Wow. It is sad how
they're targeting senior women.
Yep. It's sad how so often when government decides to punish people, it so often winds up being poor women who were affected the most.
Yes.
So often.
Because we're the last ones on the totem pole, and we get crucified first. I'm sorry, it's just the reality.
No, I'm not fighting you at all. I'm not fighting you at all.
We were the last one to get economic freedom.
Yes.
Up until 1978, you had to have your husband sign a loan. Or your father.
Yes.
You're not an autonomous human being. You just weren't. So we've come a long way. I mean, thank God I'm in America.
It's better.
You better be in America. But more than anything, I want people to vote for me here in New Orleans because I do represent honesty, fairness, and change.
Okay. I like that. Honesty, fairness, and change. Okay. I like that. That's good. So do you think, let me move to the place I remember. I remember a time in New Orleans that the New Orleans Police Department was looked upon as so corrupt that I remember this is a special I saw on TV like 10 or 15 years ago. I forgot when I saw it. It was a while ago. That people on a jury actually didn't believe the cop. Like if a cop would say, I think, I saw this guy rob someone. Jury go, he didn't rob anybody. Like the jury, that it was that bad, that juries were starting to not trust cops anymore, right? But then there was reform and there was change. But you think there needs to be even more change in public safety and peace in your community with the New Orleans Police Department. Tell me about that.
I think our most pressing problem right now is our numbers of police officers have gone down drastically. We're only at 50% capacity. We should have between 11 and 1,200 police for our population, which is almost 400,000 now. The last census, we are 398,000 people now in New Orleans. And
I'm sorry, I don't mean to.
Less
1 second. What I think is funny. What I think is funny here is, I'm so unaccustomed to those types of numbers because New York City's police department is so huge. There's 4,000 cops in New York City.
Yeah, I know.
So when I hear people go, we have 500 cops or 200 cops, I'm like, that's like on my block. So, yes.
I have lived in New York City. I went to college there. I totally understand.
You know.
In fact, I was there in the 70s when it was a complete disaster. The police got furloughed because they ran out of money, because they stole from the pensions and all this other nonsense. It was the same old political nonsense is happening today. But here in New Orleans, what we need to recruit new people. We need to encourage them with educational benefits, relocation bonuses. We have to encourage them with decent salaries. Like, we've got to get ahead of the inflation cycle. I think we've got to start them at a very nice rate of money so that they will want to come here and stay here. So our biggest problem right now is that we need to staff, and we need to replace officers who have left.
Kate actually asked that question. She says, why does she want more cops? You just explained it.
I want to replace the officers who have left the force permanently.
There we go.
Many of them retired. Some of them left the area. Some of them quit. They were furloughed last October. When you're furloughed, that means you don't have to show up for work anymore. You know, people sometimes they think that furlough just means that they're temporarily laid off, but this furlough has been long. The mayor for stepping powers. The other thing I eliminate officials should have emergency powers.
It's funny. Nate knows New York, so he immediately goes. NYPD is a large army. He is.
The NYPD is a large army. You're right. It is. And they march too. Sometimes twice a year. In any event, yes, we need to replace the officers that have left the force and bring it up to a number sufficient to protect our population. We need police officers on our streets patrolling all the time in every neighborhood, not just the French Quarter, or not just here, or not just there. Mostly what we're seeing is just people in cars right now.
It's not. I hope that's not a donor, is it?
No, it's actually my magazine. I'm getting 2 ads. I've gotten some support for print advertising, and I'm getting them.
So let me cut you off right there. That's important, right? You're out there. You are trying your best to actually make something happen. You got Penny May. She's on your side right there. I can see that. She's like, bravo. So she's enjoying it. But you know what? You're right. Those ads cost money. You want a billboard, they cost money. So what I'm going to ask everyone watching right now,
I need money.
If you're liking what you're hearing, if you think what she's talking about is the kind of thing that you care about and you want more libertarians in local city council, then support Amy. Head on over to Misko4citycouncil.org. You see it right there. You can click the link in the description, and right there it says donate. Click that donate button and throw us some money, either through PayPal or credit card, whatever you got. If you can throw.
Thank you.
What's your maximum, Amy? What's the max you can take?
Per individual is $2,500.
So there we go. See, I know Eric was thinking about giving you $3,000, and don't do it, Eric. She'll get in trouble. Just do $2,500. See, and then it's okay. Yeah. $2,500 is fine. But to be forward with you, if you got $25, that helps.
I'll take
$25 helps.
Hey, that's
$30 helps. That's signs, yes.
I need signs.
She needs people to be waving signs. She needs people to be out there. She needs to hang stuff on doors, all those things.
I'm doing all
if you can help out, Misko4citycouncil.org. If you want to go to our Facebook page, that's in the description also. Reach out to her if you can volunteer. If you're in the area and you can go out there and do a sign wave with her, help her knock on doors, hang some stuff on doors. She could use volunteers too. If you don't have the cash, but you got some time, that would always work. And also, remember something else. If you want to be part of something and you don't live in New Orleans, you don't live in Louisiana, she also needs social media warriors too. She needs people to make memes. She needs people to share stuff. All those things. Like, comment, share, all those things. So it's Misko for citycouncil.org, and we can check that out. So you've covered the police piece. I kind of want to go down to something that's a bit more, I guess, what's what I'm looking for? Policy-ish. And that is the monopolies on utilities.
Oh, I hate them. They have to go.
Talk to me about that.
The first thing, we have to do this because the water and sewerage board, they're unable to do the jobs. They are tasked with sewage, drainage, fresh water, trash. And there's only one provider, and the city is growing, and we need more capacity. And that's not going to come from right now. They just want higher rates, higher rates, higher rates. We need people to come into our city, eliminate the monopoly, and encourage new investors to come into our city with new technologies to support new neighborhoods they're breaking ground in East New Orleans. And there's plenty of new housing going up around here because many of the homes were flooded. Those lots have been sold, and there's now big houses going up. We need fresh water for these people.
Sure.
We need multiple providers of electrical power. We as individuals who have solar on our homes should be able to be self-sufficient and not be forced to sell our energy back to Entergy. And then what? And then they charge you again. I mean, they did that in San Diego, and now you got to pay a user's fee for the solar. You put $25,000 worth of solar panels on your property, you get the battery, and then they charge you a fee because you have solar. I mean, it's just ridiculous. This has got to end. And we need more competition in all of these areas.
Agreed.
Internet service, cable service, telephone service, all of it. We need to encourage new providers to come to New Orleans and offer us better solutions to our energy.
I love
problems.
it. We have to add the market to this.
Pushing one thing or another. We're sitting on a lot of gas here in New Orleans. We should be using it. These are our natural resources. They belong to the people. They don't belong to Joe Biden.
Absolutely. So let me grab a couple comments.
Sticking to it.
Joseph asks, is this a partisan race?
Not really. Okay. I am in this race with two other candidates. One is the incumbent. He's a Democrat. And the other is a Democrat also. But, you know, labels in New Orleans are meaningless. The Democratic machine has made it impossible for you to work in the city or get anything done unless you've got a D in front of your name. I
live in New York. I understand completely.
They do discriminate against people based on their political orientation. Their political orientation.
Got it.
In other words, I can win this mostly because people are sick and tired of the Democrats and the Republicans. Like they would love nothing better than no party affiliation. And many of my friends who are running in this campaign, no party affiliation, and that's how they're going to get elected.
There we go. Sam says, I love traveling to NOLA. I hope you are successful with your candidacy. I will visit your site after the broadcast. There we go.
Hey,
so Sam's on board.
Sam.
Here we go. Sam is on board.
We appreciate
I love that. Absolutely. There we go. So
I appreciate his support.
Stephanie asks a question about the microgrids project. She says, do you know about the city's microgrids project? Is that a thing in New Orleans?
It is. And Stephanie's one of my friends. But
there we go.
She probably knows more about it than me. She is.
But that's good. So now, Stephanie, you just got recruited to her policy team.
Yeah, there you go.
You have just been recruited, Stephanie, to her policy
tell her I
team.
expect her to accept.
Absolutely. So you're on the policy team now. So yes, generally speaking, I think most people tend to like microgrids because they're safer, right? You can't knock them all down at once. You hit one at a time usually. Do you know if your city is looking in the same arena or no?
Oh, they are not. They are pushing for higher rates for Entergy only.
Got it. There we go. Stephanie's on board, by the way. She says, call me. She's on board.
Tell her I will.
Yes.
I need her to pick up signs for me. I just posted that I've got signs for people to pick up. I want them everywhere. I don't even care if it's not in my district. I want my name out there. I want people to be seeing my name every time they go up and down Chapatulas, every time they go up and down Canal Boulevard. I want them to see my name everywhere.
Absolutely. Logic Rex says, no party affiliation actually sounds pretty great. I wish more politicians ran that way. It's a good point. It's a good point. Yes. But I want to be clear on something, though.
Yes.
I agree. I wish it was no partisan. I wish it was. But the reality of it is many of them are partisan races, and they care, and they're going to start judging people. So I think your point, Amy, is a very important point, that we do want your name to be out there. Glad you're libertarian. So guys, if you listen, if you're watching this and you want to help make that happen, head on over to misco4citycouncil.org. You see it right there. Click that link. Head on over there. Check out what she's doing. If you like it, donate. Throw some money her way. Again, $25 is fine. I know Joe wants to give $3,000. I told him he can't do it. Don't do it, Joe. She'll get in trouble. 2,500's enough. That's all it takes. 2,500 is fine. But seriously, $25, $20, $10 is fine. All of those things are important in getting those signs, and getting those Facebook ads, all those things. If you don't have that much cash, no worries. You can volunteer to help her out, right? Be on a policy team.
Oh,
I need lots of volunteers. Lots of volunteers.
I'm doing a sign distribution this weekend, and I need help. So yes,
absolutely.
They can start 100%. At my house. Campaign headquarters sign is right out front. I'm at 6830 Canal Boulevard.
There we go.
Lakeview.
Derek asks, Amy, are you pro Second Amendment?
Oh yes, you're dang right I am. In fact, it has taken me 8 months, but I have finally found some 38s. 8 months.
There we go.
I talked to everybody. My family, my next of kin, the ones away from them, people in other countries, people in other states. It's been so hard. And no, I think we need to be prepared for anything. And as a woman, a gun levels the playing field.
Oh yeah, it's an equalizer.
This does, and I'm a petite person. I'm not real tall, so it's important for me to be able to defend myself.
Absolutely. So Joe asked a little detailed question. Do you have to collect petitions or pay a fee to qualify where you are?
I did have to pay a fee. The fee was modest. Okay. It's not as bad as some other areas that I have lived and participated in campaigns for. It's only $375.
Not crazy.
The Libertarian Party of Louisiana has promised to reimburse me.
Ooh, I like that.
And I'm endorsed by them also, because I am a card-carrying libertarian, national and also state.
There we go. Well, it looks like Donnie wants to help out. He says, I sell solar in another state and love to uncover some of the wrongdoings between City Hall and the utilities. Yeah. So, Donnie, maybe you should be having a chat with maybe Stephanie, and maybe this is a three-way call?
Excellent. That would be perfect.
Maybe this is a three-way call, Donnie. I'm just saying.
Please, let's get in touch with each other. Absolutely.
We could use the more policies we're going to have, the better. And if you want to start jumping on Amy's team, you know what? Misco4citycouncil.org. You can check out what she's doing. Go to her Facebook page. The link's right there. It's Amy Misko Nola. I think that's what it is, the Facebook page. Go there, right there. Check her out. Reach out to the page. Say, hey, I'm interested in helping out. I can help you on policy. I can help you on social media. I can make some cool memes and fight the meme wars with you. I can do whatever the thing is, right? I'm in. Yeah. Very happy to help out. So let me ask you, Amy, is there a way? I know you're trying to win this thing, and I love it. I think we should always run to win. But a lot of times libertarians don't win. Sometimes they don't win. I got it.
Here's the interesting thing.
How do you win?
To express this point right now.
Tell me.
If I can get through the primary, which means I need to be the top two. There's 3 candidates. I just need to be the top 2. So voting Saturday, October 9th is critically important to getting me in office. Because if I can get through the primary, I think I can beat the incumbent. He has already started to contact every person who has got a sign in front of their house for me. He has contacted because he wants to know what he can do for them. And then he proceeds to blow his own horn and talk about his past. yeah, 3 generations, blah, blah, blah. What have you done for me lately? And
Yes,
that's
no, I like
something
that.
he
So
cannot
that's
answer
how
because
I
he
love
hasn't
that.
done
That's how
anything
you
for
win.
us. What he's done is he has encouraged the city tax assessor to arbitrarily raise our taxes, not once, not twice, but 3 times in the last 3 years. Actually, it's about to be 4 because I've been here 4 tax seasons now.
Wow.
And there's no end in sight. I mean, this is just extortion and closing down all our businesses. I'm absolutely 100% against that. That was an absolute overreach of the emergency powers. They should expire after 7 days. I'm sorry. And I'm putting that on a constitutional thing too.
I love it.
Even if I don't get elected, I'm going to be pursuing all of these issues after the election too.
I love that. Did you guys hear that?
Office, I'll do it outside of office.
There we go. That's the answer.
We need better governance here in New Orleans, and we need it now. Not next year, not whenever, not, because, Aunt Sally wants to vote, Democratic again. People have got to change their voting habits. They got to start voting for people who care about the issues they care about.
Agreed 100%. So let me ask you, Amy, before we wrap this up, anything I missed, something you want to bring up before we wrap this up?
Yes, I intend to clean up City Hall, literally and figuratively. I'm a real estate professional. I know how to take care of properties. I know what to do when things are distressed. I have a plan of action to sell off unused and, even I want to sell off the Water and Sewerage Board because I think we should get rid of the monopolies, and we should put monies from the sale of the Water and Sewage Board assets into our treasury. And I want to also eliminate the city planning department. It is completely corrupt. It is killing people, literally. And that is on Mayor Cantrell's head and all of her employees in the city planning department, because they have turned a blind eye to the bribery and corruption. That has to stop. People don't want to do business here in New Orleans because they feel like it's a shakedown. And they're right. It is a shakedown. It's extortionary. And it's wrong.
Stop the shakedown.
And that's what I intend to do.
I love that.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I love it. It's great. Everybody, I want to say thank you so much for everything. Everyone who's watching, I appreciate it. If you guys want to know what she's doing, head over to the website that's at the bottom of the screen, and also that's in the description. See what she's doing. If you like what she's doing, support her, either through money or through volunteering. I get it. If you don't, I got it, but I think you should. But do what you think is appropriate. It's always good. So happy to have you. Everybody,
can I have
go ahead, please. Yeah,
I want to encourage everybody who may not be registered to vote to register to vote. You can go on Go Vote, GEAUX Vote. You can register on your cell phone. It's very easy. Go. You need to do this before October 7th because you have to be registered to vote 30 days, 60 days before the primary. The primary is October 9th.
So we got to do it soon.
I want everybody to vote in the primary for me, please.
There we go. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the time. Amy, thank you for coming. I appreciate you giving me a half hour of your time.
You've been gracious, and I really appreciate your time.
Everybody else, I will see you later on tonight, by the way, when I will be on at 7 p.m. with the gentleman from Tuttle Twins. Yes, we'll be on this evening at 7 p.m.
He's wonderful. I've got all his books. They're in my little free library.
And we will see everybody all later this evening.
Thank you. Bye. Larry, you did really good by me. Thank you so much.